Let's talk about what happens when enthusiasm meets physiology in the most uncomfortable way possible. Picture this. Someone reads about fiber benefits on Monday, decides they're going to transform their gut health overnight, and by Tuesday morning they're consuming beans, broccoli, and whole grain everything at every single meal. By Wednesday, they're essentially living in their bathroom, wondering what went wrong with their health journey. The problem here is actually pretty straightforward from a physiological standpoint. When you suddenly jump your fiber intake from around 10 grams daily to 50 or more, you're essentially throwing your digestive system into complete chaos. Your gut bacteria, which have been operating in a relatively stable environment, suddenly find themselves drowning in fermentable substrates. They go into overdrive, producing excessive amounts of methane and hydrogen gas. Meanwhile, your intestinal muscles, which aren't accustomed to moving this much bulk through your system, start cramping and spasming. The result is exactly what you'd expect: bloating so severe you look 6 months pregnant, abdominal pain that makes you wonder if something's seriously wrong, and bathroom trips that become the central focus of your entire day. What makes this particularly problematic is the social dimension. These aren't quiet, dignified digestive adjustments happening in private. We're talking about gas production at levels that make you genuinely concerned about your relationships and professional reputation. There's the unfortunate soul who started their fiber journey right before an important work presentation, spending the entire meeting trying to suppress audible intestinal sounds. Or the person who planned a romantic dinner date, only to spend the evening in acute gastrointestinal distress, making repeated bathroom trips while their date sits there wondering what's happening. The fermentation process deserves special attention here. When gut bacteria suddenly receive this massive influx of fiber, they produce gas at truly remarkable rates. Your abdomen distends within hours. The sounds are mortifying. And there's really no polite way to explain to your coworkers why the conference room suddenly needs ventilation. The survival guide for this situation is actually quite simple, though it requires patience most people don't have. You need to increase fiber by only about 5 grams per week. Spread your fiber intake throughout the day rather than loading it all into one massive meal. And critically, drink copious amounts of water to prevent that fiber from essentially turning into cement in your intestines. The testimonials from people who've been through this are remarkably consistent. They describe thinking they were having legitimate medical emergencies. They talk about being unable to leave their homes for days. They mention canceled dates, missed work, and the profound embarrassment of dealing with these issues in open office environments. What's particularly interesting is how many people report that nobody warned them about this. The wellness content they consumed emphasized fiber's benefits without adequately explaining that your body needs time to adapt. The gradual approach matters because it gives your gut bacteria time to adjust their populations, allows your intestinal muscles to adapt to increased bulk, and prevents the nuclear-level gas production that can genuinely make you a social pariah. Sometimes the slow approach really is the only approach that works.